This is not the story of a place, although it is a very special place. And it's not the story of a people, although it's been written by many truly remarkable people. It's not a story about a battle or a war, although inevitably battles and wars help to write it. It's not even a story about a thrilling adventure, although it was once civilization's biggest adventure. You see, this is a story about an idea born of bondage, tyranny, and injustice, an idea that only God is the true father of liberty, and that governments are formed to protect that liberty. It's about people from many different cultures, blending their cultures together to form one society. And it's a story that is still being written today, and whether you choose to be a participant or a spectator, you will have a hand in writing the next chapter, a chapter that will determine the fate of your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren for untold generations to come. Because this is the story of America, and the idea that all men are created equal, the idea that our rights come from our Creator, not from any man or any government, the right to life, the right to liberty, the right to the pursuit of happiness, and that with these rights and in this place, God has given hope a name: America.
I can almost hear them say, America. I hear you calling me, sweet land of liberty. I'm on my way. America, beckoning with open arms. I long to feel the warmth of freedom's flame. God has given hope a name, America.
From landing in Jamestown in 1607 to landing men on the moon in 1969. From discovering the New World to feeding and healing and protecting the whole world. America has been a rare and welcome beacon of light. A light that is beginning to fade because we're losing our way and the world is losing hope. It's time to stop talking and start doing. Time to turn away from the people, institutions, and behavior that have created so many problems. Time to turn to people who can work together to achieve goals. Time to identify problems and find solutions for them. It's time to inform, time to inspire, time to celebrate all that's good about America. That's what Up With America is all about. Unfortunately, time is the one thing we don't have. Because while we've been basking in our own excess, the enemies of America have gathered all around us. Some are obvious, coming from abroad to destroy us. Others are cowards, they're hiding among us, and it's the ones we can't see that are the most dangerous. The ones who use our very freedoms to mislead us. The ones who use their fame and appeal to misinform us. They don't kill Americans, they kill the American idea. They use our excesses and weaknesses against us. They destroy the best of us by encouraging the worst of us. They're on our TVs and in our movie theaters. They're the heroes on our kids' violent video games. They're all over the internet and they're inside your cell phone. The enemies of liberty are even in our classrooms, rewriting history, twisting the truth, distorting the facts. They thrive from the big house to the state house. They're liberal and conservative and Republican and Democrat, and they're getting away with it because we let them. Now, some of us blame the government for everything. Others blame free enterprise and capitalism. Still others blame our decadent society, with public displays of decaying morality, abhorrent behavior, and excessive greed. But that's all a cop-out, because we are the government. We, the people, have no one to blame but ourselves. We think that if we elect a few new people, things will change. But our problems are systemic, and like a deadly virus, they infect one well-meaning host after another. A system that is controlled by money and not ideas. It is the system that turns fresh ideas into incumbent politicians. Nothing will ever change until we change the system. Until then, your money will continue to be flushed down the toilet. Now, it wasn't always this way. How did we fall so far so fast? Well, the last 50 years have been tumultuous. Assassinations and wars and major behavior changes and corruption. 50 years during which almost everything changed. 50 years that taught us to expect instant gratification. Instead of saving money to fuel our economy, we spend money to fuel our desires and our egos. We borrow money now to buy things we can't even afford later. And it's not just stuff that we want right now. We want success right now. We want to eat right now. We want to be there right now. We want to go faster right now. We want to go slower right now. To feel good right now, to sleep right now, to get small right now, to get big right now, to have sex right now, to get pregnant right now, even to get unpregnant right now. And of course, to communicate right now. The problem is, we're connected to everyone, but paying attention to no one. Now, to complicate matters, the press no longer reports the facts. Owned today by the wealthy power elite and controlled by advertisers, the who, what, when, where, why, and how of journalism is now the opinionated advocacy media of the far left and the far right. Our federal government is paralyzed and out of control. Politicians and parties are rigid, vicious, and vindictive, and more often than not, simply out of touch with mainstream America. Citizen legislators are out, career politicians are in. Big, anonymous money breeds corruption and protects incumbency. America's once top-ranked schools are failing miserably. Now controlled by bureaucrats and not parents and teachers, our own children have plummeted from first to worst among the world's leading nations. What was once a healthcare system envied by all costs too much and does too little, in spite of all the good intentions. Excessive taxes are driving American business offshore. Politicians are buying votes and controlling elections. And court decisions have actually legalized campaign corruption. The result of all this is a widespread entitlement mentality, a growing, uncontrolled dependency on government. That's the real reason why politicians have allowed the debt to soar from as long as they can fill those outstretched hands with goodies, politicians are America's problem, not our solution. We can point to many likely reasons for our demise. We went from depending on God to depending on government. We went from aspiring to be the very best we can be to seeking the very lowest common denominator. From accommodating minority positions to yielding to every demand. From family values and respect for one another to domestic abuse, single parents, and latchkey kids. Now, our founders knew that without morals, we wouldn't last. John Adams said, "Our Constitution was made only for a moral and religious people. It is wholly inadequate to the governance of any other." So, whether you're guided by your Creator or by your conscience, there is little doubt that this noble idea, an idea that created the world's highest standard of living, this last best hope of mankind, is in serious trouble. But it hasn't crumbled completely yet, and for one simple reason. It hasn't heard from America's heart and soul. It hasn't heard from you. We can turn to our founders for many answers, and we must revive their spirit, honor, and principles, because it's time to restore common sense, time to pick up the torch of generations past, and to rebuild the foundation for America's future. That's what Up With America is all about. As politicians and political parties fail to solve problems, we're working together to find smart solutions, or replace them. Since the media won't recognize American exceptionalism, we will celebrate and reward exceptional Americans. Since our kids are taught how bad America has been, we'll help teach them just how good it's been. Since politicians refuse to care for our veterans, we'll work to ensure that caring for our veterans is the law. We'll cultivate morals, character, and leadership. We'll recognize and promote talent and skills. We will support and expose advances in science and technology. We will recognize bold new ideas in business and industry. We'll get you the facts from our own misinformation. We will welcome ideas from any party, but represent none. And since nations, like people, get nowhere without goals, we're setting very specific goals that we can achieve by working together. And we invite you to propose your own smart solutions as well. There are already some great ones in the works. Smart solutions for our economy, such as putting a permanent end to deficit spending, passing a balanced budget amendment, achieving energy independence by 2026, safely using new and untapped domestic resources, closing the prosperity gap and expanding the middle class, restoring excellence to our education system, reforming entitlement programs to meet future challenges, simplifying taxation and making it fair to all Americans, reforming our immigration policy, and promoting genuine American-made products. And of course, smart solutions for our government too, including permanently restoring and improving full veterans benefits, passing strict term limits for the House and the Senate, banning lobbying by former House and Senate members, encouraging each state to provide DC housing for members of Congress, strengthening our national defense and securing our homeland, requiring a minimum of 1 year of national public service, streamlining and enforcing appropriate regulations, laws that help good businesses grow and help keep bad ones under control, reforming the campaign and election process to finally get a grip on big anonymous money, and rebuilding our infrastructure while preserving our environment. Finally, but most important, our smart solutions for society, restoring our God-given rights to religious liberty, promoting two-parent nuclear families, restoring security through safe neighborhoods, improving communication, not by making English our only language, but by making it America's official language, restoring the free media, the Fourth Estate, by re-regulating ownership, developing programs to improve the lives and health of our aging citizens, celebrating exceptional Americans doing exceptional everything, smart solutions for our economy, our government, and our society, smart solutions for a better America. In honor of all who paved the way, we're setting goals today. Goals that must be achieved in time for our 250th birthday. A detailed American agenda for 2026. We're a high-tech, internet-based organization featuring high-touch activities and events, including informative and inspiring group tours to historic American sites, thought-provoking, action-producing seminars, exciting, entertaining, and memorable all-American rallies, columns and presentations by experts on every issue, social media that encourages action and participation, online cards that issue calls to action and spread the word, books and digital videos that inform, inspire, and motivate, public service partnerships that inform, inspire, and celebrate, memorable Founding Fathers dinners that celebrate our history, our online store offering only genuine American-made products. And one day soon, we'll put our motor coach on the road to carry the word nationwide and even have retail stores that offer only genuine American-made goods. You see, the essence of Up with America is for people like you to meet and associate with other people like you and working together develop smart solutions for America so that we can pass that torch of liberty on for generations to come. It's time to turn our ship of state around, time to celebrate the very best of America, time to thank the generations that have gone before us, time to honor the millions of brave men and women who sacrificed everything for us, time to pass the torch to a new generation of patriots. Now there's only one thing missing: you. Join us, won't you, as we work to develop smart solutions. Up with America.